What's the Chinchow, Lanturn Joe here, and welcome to a tutorial video for you guys. So, few people have asked me to do another tutorial for the Universal Pokémon Randomizer, and I'm all too happy to oblige, especially since we are doing another LP using the Universal Pokémon Randomizer. Our next series is another Pokémon Platinum YES Locke, so I'm very excited for it. But, of course, in order to do that, we need our randomizer settings. So, in the description below is going to be a link to a file. You can download that file. It's going to be a link to our website. You can click on the website to go and download the file, which is going to be this version of the Universal Pokémon Randomizer. This is version 4.2.1. This is the latest version as of June of last year, so they haven't released a new version since then, but it has a few interesting new things for you guys. So if you want to play it, if you want to use this, and you want to launch, download the file, and download the file, and of course also extract it. It will be a zip file, so download it and extract it. I'm not going to tell you how to do that, but you should be able to do that yourselves. It's not a hard thing to do. You don't need a master's in computers to unzip a file. Come on, guys. Anyway, but you do need to know what operating system you're running. If you're running a Windows operating system, you need to run the launcher/windows.bat. If you're running a Mac, you need to run launcher/mac.command. And of course, if you're running a Unix system or Linux-based operating system, you need to run launcher/unix.sh. It basically launches the Universal Pokémon Randomizer, but you can also run it just by the Java file, but if you run it by the Java file, you can't randomize X and Y and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So the 3DS games, you can't randomize them if you randomize them if you open the .jar file, because it can't read that. .jars can't read the 3DS files. So, if you want to do a 3DS game, launch the Windows BAT, the Unix file, or the Mac file, depending on what operating system you run. I run Windows, so I'm going to run the launcher windows.bat. It opens the System32 command prompt file, and eventually it'll open the randomizer. So it's a little executable to run the randomizer, which is pretty cool. I like the idea of that. Anyway, then you want to find your ROM. Now, I can't give you ROMs. That is not something I can do. I cannot give you a ROM, because that is, I will get letters, and I do not want to get letters from Nintendo. They will stop me from making YouTube videos. But for me, I need to go to games, and I need to go to DS, and then I need to go to ROMs, and I need to find the ROM that we are playing on, which is Platinum. So so you will need to go and find your own ROMs via Google. Google is your best friend for that, but be careful. Some people hide viruses in ROM files. I am all too aware of this myself, so please be careful. Now I'm going to use my magnifier to help myself out here, because you guys can't see any of what I'm doing if I don't use Windows magnifier. Okay, so this is what you get when you load up a ROM. You get all these files ready to go. So first off, you have the the Pokemon basic stats. You can change them, you can shuffle them, you can follow for randomized evolution, you can follow for evolutions, you can standardize the EXP curves, so they're all on some kind of EXP curve if you want to. And of course you can also update the base stats based on a generation. I'm going to do 6, you can do 6, 7 or 8, so if your Pokemon get better stats in the games, that's a good way of doing it. So the yellow text here says select this to update the stats. That's in the loaded game to their values in generation chosen to the right. This does not add any new Pokemon to the game or split special and physical slots in Gen 1. Okay? I'm going to go let's do 8th Gen stats. Okay, so next we have types. We can we can change types based following their evolutions. We can change types completely. I'm going to leave that unchanged. Then we have abilities. I'm going to randomize my abilities. It gives you can randomize abilities. You can allow early Wonder Guard. I do not want to do that. You can allow combine duplicate abilities, which allows you to combine things like Insomnia and Vital Spirit, Clear Body and White Smoke, Huge Power and Pure Power, Battle Armor and Shell Armor. In Gen 4, Beyond, Filter and Solid Rock. In Gen 5, Rough Skin and Iron Barbs, Mold Breaker, Turbo Blaze and Turbo Volt, Terra Volt. Then we of course have Gen 7 plus abilities, like for example, Wimp Out, Emergency Exit, Clean Me Magistry, Dazzling Goofy, Tantalizing Hair, Receiver, and Power of Filter, Shadow Shield, Multi-Scale, Full Metal Body, Power of Alchemy, Clear Body, White Smoke, all the abilities that are merged together, all the abilities that do the exact same thing will be merged together. I'm going to allow for that. We can follow evolutions, so you get the same ability when you evolve, or you can keep that or you can get a brand new ability when you evolve. You can ban trapping abilities like Arena Trap and Shadow Tag and Magnet Pull. You can ban those if you want to. You can ban negative abilities, these like Defeatus, Slow Start, Klutz, Stall, all those. And of course you can ban things like plus, minus, the bad ability, Forewarn, Adaptation and Frisk and stuff like that. The stuff you probably wouldn't use. Okay? Then you can randomize evolutions if you want to. So you can evolve your Pokemon into absolutely everything. You can use similar strength, same typing, limit to 3 evolutions, and you can force changes so that you avert into things like Rotom Wash and stuff like that instead of Rotom. But things I'm going to be moving is the change in possible evolutions. So this stops things like trade evolutions from happening. It also stops day-night evolutions, contest stat evolutions, location-based evolutions, and move-based evolutions. All those things can now be done via stones if I click the change in possible options. So that's what I'm doing. Then we can also remove time-based evolutions as well, which is good. We're going to do that. And we can also make evolutions easier. So if the Pokemon evolved maybe later at the times, you can evolve it earlier at the times. So that's pretty cool, but I don't need to do that. Then we can go to starters, statics, and trades. So over here we have our starter Pokemon. So starter Pokemon we have, we can unchange, we can customize them, so it can be any free Pokemon we want. We can randomize completely, or we can randomize basic Pokemon with 2 evolutions. I'm going to randomize completely. I like to have fun and I like to randomize completely. So I'm going to do that. Then we got static Pokemon right here. We got static, we can unchain, we can leave them as they are. We can swap legendary for legendary, normal for normal Pokemon. We can randomize completely. So we can have a Magikarp instead of a Mewtwo and stuff like that. We could randomize based on similar strength. So you get another Pokemon that could be that strength. So for example, you're fighting a Mewtwo, you might fight a Slacky instead. So there you go. I'm going to randomize there. I hope you can actually see these, see what I'm doing, because I don't know how the magnifier works and if magnifier allows me to only load this screen. If magnifier would only load this screen, it'd be fantastic, but like it makes every screen big, so it's really hard to know if you guys are actually seeing what I'm doing. I might have to review the footage in editing, because I want to make... The last time I made one of these videos, it didn't actually look that good because I didn't fix this. So you saw a really small screen. Anyway, let's try it. Let's continue on. So we can randomize based 600 stat plus. So if we have a mega, if we have like Metagross or something like that, we can swap that kind of thing. So it would be another base 600 stat legendary. I think that's how it is. I'm not going to do that. We can fix music. I want to do that. Because it would be really cool to have the music fixed. Basically, like if you run into Rotom, it basically fixes it so it doesn't have legendary music, because Rotom's not a legendary. And of course you can randomize level modifiers for these. I don't want to do that. I feel like it should be the same levels as they normally are. Then of course over here we have in-game trades. I'm going to randomize both requested and given. Randomize nicknames, randomize original trainers. We can also randomize items and AVs. I'll randomize the items as well, but I don't think it's really going to help. I don't really do in-game trades that much. Anyway, moves. This is going to be an interesting one. You can randomize move category, move power, move accuracy, move PP, move type. We can update moves based on generation, and we can randomize move category. I'm going to not do anything with the move data, but I am going to randomize completely on move sets. I like to do this when I'm doing my YES Locke series. I did this once before, so I'm going to be doing that. I want to guarantee that I have at least one damaging move, and I also want to guarantee that I have at least 4. Everyone has 4 attacks. That might be a bit game breaking, but the fact is, I might need those attacks. I might need to have 4 moves just in case I don't actually have an attacking move to start. Okay, so this reorders the random move sets, so less powerful moves, less powerful damaging moves, the position of non-damaging moves will not change. Okay, so I'll do that. No game-breaking moves. Okay, and I can force percentage of good damaging moves at certain levels. I'm not going to do that, but you can do that if you need to. Selecting this option will allow you to use the slider below. Note that other moves will still be selected as good damaging moves. Okay. but that's all I'm done for moves. Okay, so in faux Pokemon, now, back at the top, we can now change trainers Pokemon. We can train trainer Pokemon to completely random, type themed, or random even distribution Pokemon. I would go random. Okay, so from random we can now select Rival keeps his starter throughout the entire game, which I'm going to use. Try to use similar strength, which I will use. Don't use legendaries, which would be nice, but might make the game a bit easier. No early Wonder Guard. Basically, no early Wonder Guard means it locks Wonder Guard trainers to below level 20. So you won't get to fight one until after level 20, when you should have something which takes down the Wonder Guard trainer by that time. You should. I don't know if you will, but you should. And then allow alternative forms. So, for example, Road and Wash, that kind of thing. We can randomize trainer names, we can randomize trainer classes, we can force evolutions. So everything will be fully evolved, let's say by... let's go... about 40. Let's go 40. So everything's fully evolved by 40, so no one has to wait for a Garchomp. So my opponents don't have to wait for Garchomps and stuff like that. And then we have the level modifier. I'm going to go by about 15%, which is about there. I think that's about 15%. So I'm going to do that. Usually I do about 10%, but I'm feeling a bit spicy, so let's do 15. Then we can do other things, like you could guarantee double battle mode. So that means every fight would be like Pokemon Colosseum and be a doubles fight. This is only for Gen 3 and beyond, because, you know, double fights are a thing in those. And of course, the empty spot will be a duplicate. So if you have an empty slot, the Pokemon will be duplicated by a single Pokemon. No, I think it's like if they have an empty slot. Entering the Pokemon menu will soft lock the game. Oh, that's you then. Okay, so maybe don't do this unless you have at least two Pokemon. Yeah, make sure you have at least two Pokemon, because it gets a bit glitchy if you do this. Especially Gen 4, where you have a randomly generated garbled sprite that can only use Struggle. And if you're playing in Gen 6, you can get a shiny Bulbasaur, which will do absolutely nothing. So maybe double battle mode is not the best. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not doing double battle mode. But if you want to, you can do that. Then we have boss trainers. Regular trainers, and important trainers. We can add additional Pokemon to their rosters. I want to do that for important trainers and boss trainers. I can also randomize if boss trainers and important trainers and regular trainers have items or use items. So, for example, I can say that a boss trainer can have an item. So this click this or add to replace with random held items for boss trainers. And we can have them be consumables like white herbs, berries, focus sashes, white herb, stuff like that. We can also do this for important trainers, so I'm going to do that for them. And we can also do sensible items, which might make sense. You know, give someone a silk scarf if they got normal moves. That might be interesting. Or yachi berries and stuff like that. That sounds really cool for them to, because that would make them more use the berries, which not many people do in normal games. You know, it's all in double battles and stuff like that, but not that many people use them in normal battles. And then of course you can do that in regular battles too. So that regular trainers might have held items. You know what? Do that. And then we can also randomize based upon whether you want them to be higher level trainers as well. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use, I'm going to do that and sensible items as well. So everyone has held items. Everyone could have the ability to have held items. I'm not going to give regular You know what? I'm going to add 2 Pokemon to boss trainers. An additional 2 Pokemon to boss trainers. It maxes at 6, by the way. So for boss trainers, I'm going to give 2. For important trainers, they get 1. And for regular trainers, they don't get any additional Pokemon. Then we have wild Pokemon. I want to randomize this. I want to randomize held items, ban bad items. We can do a level modify if you want. You can do area 1-to-1 mapping, global 1-to-1 mapping. You can do similar strength. A catch them all route. So if this turned on, every randomized Pokemon will be replaced by another Pokemon, and as long as you haven't caught it. So that makes sure that every Pokemon is catchable in a game. Once every Pokemon has been caught by the Pokemon chooser, the list will start again from the beginning. So there you go. You can do that. And of course you can do type themed areas as well. So every route has, for example, you go into Route 101, you got poison types. Route 102, you might have fire types, that kind of thing. You can also sort it based on things like don't use legendaries, set a catching rate. You can set held items, ban bad items, and of course you can level modify to make sure that Pokemon are higher leveled in the route. I think I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to do what I've done and leave it at that for me. It might be interesting to run into legendaries, you see. Then we have TMs and HMs. I'm going to randomize. You can randomize TMs and HMs. You can ban game-breaking moves. I'm going to do that. You can keep field moves. So, for example, dig and teleport. But not healing moves like soft-boiled and stuff like that. So you can get rid of soft-boiled and stuff like that. But we keep like dig and stuff like that. Dig will always be a TM28 in this situation. And we can force a guarantee of good damaging moves via TMs as well. But I'm not going to do that. I like to have some fun. And then we can do compatibility. So we can randomize that by type. So there's a 90% chance of it if you have a Pokemon that is... so if you have a water type and you try and learn Surf in a randomizer, there's a 90% chance it will be able to learn that if you pick this option. We can randomize completely, full compatibility, so everyone can learn everything. We can TM move sanctity, so if you would normally learn it, if you would normally get a move by level up, you can learn that TM. It's kind of weird if you, you can't learn that TM even though you would get that move regularly by level up. We can follow evolutions, and we can give full HM compatibility, so everyone can learn every HM if you want to. But I'm not going to do that. Then we have move tutors, and you can do the same thing for move tutors. So, you can do the exact same things for move tutors that I just done for TMs. And that's all I'm going to change for those. Then we have items. We have field items. We can leave them unchanged. We can shuffle. We can random even event distribution. This option is the same as random, except for the random will control the number of items each. The number of times each item is placed This applies to the entire game, main and the post game. Okay. Might do that one then. And we can also ban bad items. Okay. That might be interesting. And then we got the specialist shops. Everyone loves doing this randomizer. So we can shuffle them, we can do randomize completely, we can ban bad items, ban regular shop items. So this is basically, it's a mart with a second, some marts have one cashier, and other marts have 2 cashiers. This allows for that second cashier to have completely random items. So that's really cool. And of course, also if you have a big mart, every cashier has random items. Except for the TM marts. Yeah, they just have TMs. But every cashier will have completely random items if you do this. Except for like the specialist ones, so like the secret base one, the cashier will always have secret base items. You can't change that, sadly. Okay, so we can ban bad items, ban regular shop items, ban overpriced shop items, overpowered shop items. Okay. Yeah, I might do that. You can bounce shop item prices. Yeah, let's do that. We can guarantee that at least one shop in the game will have all the evolution stones, or that they will appear in shops so that you can buy them. And you can do the same with X items as well, if you're interested in that. I'm not interested in X items, I barely use the things. But if you want that, you can do that. And then finally, we can do the miscellaneous tweaks. We can do faster text. By the way, faster text is really cool, but do not have faster text and set your text speed to fast in the actual game, because it's kind of insane. It gets a bit glitchy if you do that, so don't do that. So I'm not going to be doing that, so don't do that. Don't set faster text in the randomizer and fast text in the game, because it does break the game a bit. Anyway, so let's go for national text to start, which is very good for things like Emerald, Leaf Green, Fire Red, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and of course Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. I'm playing Platinum, so I want this to start. This fixes so you will get Umbreons in Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Espeons in Fire Red, Leaf Green. And other Pokemon will actually evolve, like your Totodile will evolve in Fire Red, Leaf Green. Otherwise, you are not evolving that Totodile until you get the National Dex. So fix that immediately. You can randomize you can fix the names so that you get lowercase names. That's not really important to me. Randomized catching tutorial, that's always fun to do. We can ban the lucky egg, so that the lucky egg will never appear. So if that would might make the game a little harder, not too much harder, but might fix a few things. I'm gonna randomize. You can make sure that you can always run without the running shoes. I want to do that. And then we can also do faster HP and EXP bars. Doubles the speed of HP and EXP bars that appear in battle. In practice, this will make them scroll at the same speed as they do in Gen 3 games. This is probably a really good option, because the fact is, in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, things like Chansey and stuff like that, they take forever to kill. You could sit there for minutes and it do nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so that is everything that I'm gonna do for this randomizer. I'm gonna click off my magnifier now, because I don't need that anymore. And we can now close that. Now I'm going to click on randomize and save my settings. I'm going to call this Platinum YES Locke. I already done this. That was my test file. So this is going to be Platinum YES Locke 2A. And it's going to be saved there. It's going to be saved in... Let's put this in the actual folder I'm going to be using. So desktop, games, and DS, and then ROMs, and then we're going to call it Platinum. Let's say it's Pokemon Platinum YES Locke 2A, and save. And there we go. It'll ask us if we want to make a log file for this so that we can see what we just did. And I'm going to do that because it will help me figure out what levels I need to go to and stuff like that. And there we go. There's my log file. And we can produce a seed if we want to. So, you know, if we want to make another randomizer, say if you're doing a versus, you might want to do that, use like that, random seed, so you're both using the same randomizer, but I don't need that, so I'm going to click done. And we are done. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, those are the randomized settings that I am using for my Pokemon Platinum YES Locke 2, which will be coming to you guys very, very soon, probably sometime this week actually. So I think what you'll get is this video on Monday, and then Wednesday we'll have the Pick My Starters video for the Pokemon Platinum YES Locke 2, and we'll give you guys a week to vote for the starters, and we will start Pokemon Platinum YES Locke 2. But until next time, I am Lanturn Joe. Mean to the Pokemon get to Lazar. Everybody get Pokemon. Good night. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, then please consider leaving a like, comment and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Lanturn Joe, where you'll get news, thoughts and opinions from me and the rest of the Lanturn Nation. You can also check out these two videos in the top right and top left hand corner. And don't forget to check out Power Zone Metal. It's a weekly radio show where you can listen to heavy metal music and so much more. You can find out more information about that at powerzonemetal.uk. But until next time, I am Lanturn Joe, and I will see you next time.